right, this is simple solution. Answers for number 24. All right, number 1 says, which shows the use of the distributive property for 957 times 3? All right, so we see A has 9,000, 9,050, and 7. But if you look at your number, it's 957 times 3. So the correct answer here would be B. If you wanted to go ahead and solve this, here are your partial products. And then all you had to do was add all 3 partial products to get a product of 2,871. Number 2 says 32 divided by 8 equals question. So remember here that 32 is your total number of circles, and you're trying to make groups of 8 until you get to 32. So the best way to do this is to skip count. So if we do 8 times 2 is 16. Our third group would be 24. Our fourth group would be 32. Now I can go ahead and stop because I got exactly 32, and that took 1, 2, 3, 4 eighths. So our question mark is 4. Number 3 is angle CAB an acute angle or a right angle? Well, if this were me, I know that a right angle is exactly 90 degrees. And I know that that line does not land on 90 degrees. It's less than 90. So angle CAB is acute. All right, number 4, we are looking for the difference. So we start in the ones place. You can't do that. We have to go regroup and get 10 tenths, or 10 ones. 10 minus 2 is 8. 6 minus 9 you cannot do. You must go regroup from the hundredths place. 16 minus 9 is 7. 7 minus 5 you cannot do. Go regroup, make this 13. 13 minus 5 is 8. Cannot do 5,000 minus 8,000. You must go regroup once again. 15 minus 8 is 7. 7 minus 3 is 4. So the difference here is 47,878. All right, number 5. Stacy went off the diving board that was 60 inches high. How many feet high was the diving board? So I need to turn 60 inches into feet. Okay, well, I first want to know, well, you need to think 1 foot is 12 inches. Now, if you keep going up, 2 feet would be 24. 3 feet would be 36. 4 feet would be 48. And 12 more gives you 60 inches. So this would be 5 feet. Number 6, we are comparing. It is greater than. All right, number 7, a multiple is the product of 2 whole numbers. When you skip count by 2s, you say the multiples of 2. List the first 5 multiples of 2. Well, 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 3 is 6. 2 times 4 is 8. And 2 times 5 is 10. These are your multiples of 2. Number 8, Tanya received 5 times as many votes as Steve. Okay, Steve received 6 votes. How many votes did Tanya receive? All right, that's basic multiplication, and this would be 30 votes. Number 9, the Carrot Inn attracted 153 guests on weekend 1 and twice that many on weekend 2. About how many people stayed over the course of 2 weekends? All right, so that word about, A-B-O-U-T, this means you are going to estimate. So on the first weekend, we have 153 guests. and twice that many on weekend 2. So that's weekend 1 plus weekend 2. All right, let's estimate this. 153 is about, I hope you have rounded that to 150, which if you round 153 and 153 to 150, 2 of those give you 300. So this is about 450 people. All right, number 10, we are looking for the sum. Remember, the word sum is the answer to an addition problem. And 26,607. Number 11 says draw a fraction model to show 4/8 and 3/6. I'm going to use a rectangle. 4/8, I need 8 pieces. And we're going to shade in 4 of those. All right, I need 6 pieces here, and I will shade in 3 of those. All right, so if you take a look there, they actually are equivalent to each other. All right, number 12, you do not have a protractor, but we are going to draw a 60-degree angle, and we're going to label it QWE. So this right here is actually 0, and this up here is 90, and this over here is also 0. Okay, so we want 60 degrees. So if you notice, this is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. So we're going to draw a line straight up from here and straight out from here. So what you have created is from 0 to this spot, specifically on the protractor, is 60 degrees. We're going to label it Q, W, and E. All right, 13, write the base 10 number for 8,629. Which one of those is a line segment? So remember, a line segment has 2 endpoints. This is actually a point, this is a line, and this here is your line segment. So this one is correct. All right, 15, Danny went into the zoo gift store with $18.52. He came out with $12.93. How much money did Danny spend in the gift shop? All right, so we're subtracting money. So you just have to make sure that when you subtract money, that you line up. You have to make sure you line up that decimal point where you have the dollars on the left and your cents on the right. So place value matters here. And then you just subtract like normal. 2 minus 3 you cannot do. You go regroup. Again, this decimal point, just ignore it for now. Just keep subtracting like you would even if that decimal wasn't there. 2 minus 9 you cannot do. You must go regroup. And now 12 minus 9 is 3. 7 minus 2 is 5. So in the store, she spent $5.39.